The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
SPAQ donation, it's Charlie. I'm going to be your host for tonight. So was SPAC the Spartans, was that a dump worth the drama or just the Pumdie Dumpdies? Okay, was it all the guys that were just pumping this thing up on StockTwits and Twitter and trying to get everyone all riled up? They finally got everyone all together, and what they do, they dumped it right at like pre-market, like 4 a.m. and bam, just gone. Was it their fault? Or was it Hendrix Fiskers' fault? Fisker himself. Let's find out. Let's dive in, shall we? So we're going to take a look at actually the SEC filing that was filed early morning. Okay, and I condensed this so you don't have to listen to the whole thing, but I just left in what I thought was important. So here we go. We find that consumers are increasingly striving to achieve less commitment when it comes to their vehicle. Our innovative flexible lease model is very unique. This commercial model allows for the consumer to make a modest down payment on a car, followed by a typical monthly payment. The consumer then has the ability to turn the car in whatever time frame he or she would like. They could keep the car for a month or for years. The car will be under full warranty and refurbished as necessary when returned, and then deployed to another customer at a slightly lower price. This cycle will repeat over an 8-year period, allowing us to maximize vehicle economics while delivering unrivaled flexibility. So why I like this, why I don't like it if people actually do it. I do like it because I know most won't. Okay. You ever heard the saying that Amazon made probably the most famous is free returns? The reason they're able to do that and still make profit because no one returns stuff, man. No one has time to do it anymore, all right? No one's willing to go out and return stuff. Can you imagine how big of a pain in the butt it'd probably be to return one of these cars? You know, are they going to have some people return them? Sure. But I mean, all dealerships, well, a lot of dealerships still take cars back, even though they say they won't. If you went in there freaking out, they're probably going to still take the car back. You know, saying they're going to return them and, resell them, that's good. But I just hope he's really thought this one through. That's all, because this could end up very bad if not logistically done the right way. Okay. If he makes it too easy to turn it back, it could end up shooting himself in the foot. Okay, that's old news, by the way. So that's not anything new, but I just want to bring that up. To elaborate, we are looking for like-minded large OEMs that share our views on how the market is evolving and such are willing to provide a fully developed platform or skateboard on which we can build our vehicles with our own Fiskers software and other consumer-facing features, both in the interior and exterior. Platform sharing is about risk mitigation, cost optimization, and being faster to market. With an established OEM, experience in precision engineering is world-class from day one, and the learning curve for the total enterprise is reduced by orders of magnitude, resulting in a higher quality assembled cars. Okay, so he hasn't figured out the interior, exterior, drivetrain, or batteries. Okay, I like kind of where he's going, where he's still, he's trying to pull people from around the world and stuff, but I don't know. He's being pretty optimistic here, okay? Further today, the automotive production industry suffers from an estimated 20% overcapacity. We have decided to seek out a partnership with an existing manufacturer rather than adding additional production capacity. That's kind of smart. Ultimately, by seeking out a partner that will provide a developed platform, we will accomplish an asset-light model that is not heavily vertically integrated and which we believe is sustainably de-risked. As such, we can focus exclusively on innovation in consumer-facing areas of the car, which are software, sustainability, and highly emotional design. So they're going to focus on that in-house software, sustainability, and the emotional design. I love that. This dude's passionate about it. You got to give him that. Dude is passionate, and he's kind of funny, so that's cool. So we have received more than 31,000 indications of interest. Maybe that was people halfway filling out the form to pre-order, and then more than 7,000 pre-reservations. So I believe that he was charging $250, so he's actually asking for an actual commitment, which is great. I think the projection and hope was maybe 5,000, 6,000. If I'm wrong, put it down in the comments, but I think he went over, and we got 7,000 pre-reservation. I think it was pretty fast, too, for as fast as they launched this and all that. They have hired at least 5 new colleagues every week with a focus on adding to our team of a highly skilled software engineers. To this point, our already established virtual innovation lab in Silicon Valley has a growing team of software engineers already hard at work on this Fisker program. So that's cool. You know, some of the best software engineer guys are in Silicon Valley. So I kind of like that approach, you know. So that's why I'll get to what I'm thinking macro here in a little bit. But we're recently announced our portfolio expansion plan, which calls for us to have 4 vehicles in production by 2025. In addition to the Ocean SUV, we'll be rolling out a super sports sedan on the E-Motion concept, a sports crossover, and a pickup truck. We are excited to bring you more news on developing as things evolve with that. It is also a reality when working with world-class partners that they might not move at our speed. There is a problem. This is something of which we must be respectful. To this point, we have not achieved our goal of signing a cornerstone agreement with Volkswagen by the end of July 2020, as we previously anticipated. We look forward to continuing discussions on the Volkswagen again in September after the traditional European summer holidays. Money doesn't sleep. That's the problem. We remain in conversation with several other potential OEMs and suppliers that would be able to fit within our unique business model, and we believe will enable us to enter into definitive manufacturing supply agreements before year end. So I think this is incredibly optimistic. Okay, you know, he put out a tweet today saying that, you know, hey, you know, we've been in talks since day one with multiple people, and you know, it sounds like multiple countries and stuff too. So I think that's smart, but where I think he made a huge mistake was, you ever seen like the Bugs Bunny cartoon where Elmer Fudd gets a fishing pole and he puts a carrot at the end of the hook and he'll hang it over, you know, to get Bugs Bunny to follow the carrot, and he'll reel in the fishing pole. You know, the little rascals did that with dollar bills. Okay? Put a dollar bill on a fishing hook and then started reeling it in. The people would chase it, you know. What I'm getting at is he kind of did the same thing with Volkswagen, okay? People want what they can't have, and he kind of like infused that in a terrible way, okay? What I'm getting at is, as CEOs and business owners, you shouldn't brag about anything, especially another brand that you could be bringing into your business, unless you know for a fact it is rock solid. He should have kept it, in my eyes, more macro, more broad. Hey, we're talking with global companies, all sorts of manufacturers. We'll let you know once we have a definitive one, but we have plenty to pick from. That's what he should have said. But instead, he was name dropping the Volkswagen. He shouldn't have done that, because look what happened to the stock today. You know, I think it was a mix of the pumper and dumpers, pumping it, dumping it. Okay, sure. But I think that this hurt him. Okay, the Volkswagen thing hurt them, because that's what I was seeing a lot of headlines talking about. It was like, oh, it's not definitive. They lost Volkswagen. They're screwed. You know, it's not that. People are blowing out of proportion. I still think he'll be fine. I still think he's being way optimistic that anyone is going to be able to start from no vehicle, no battery, no drivetrain, no anything, and a fully drivable car in 2 years. And he wants to launch it in 2 years and what, 4 months, three months. The only place I can think of, mainly because of regulations and stuff, that can do that is China. I mean, you think the U.S. or even Europe would even be able to figure that out with the regulations and all that? I mean, I can even think like say to get it made in China, right? China could probably bust it out faster than anyone. That's just what they do. All right, they're darn good. You know, if you pay them right, they can make really awesome products. Okay. But the problem is like how long does it take to get that thing all certified and, you know, airbag certified, crash certified and all that? I don't know, man. 2 years flat to do that? I mean, I know a lot of the other, you know, e-manufacturers are claiming the same thing, you know, like 2 years, oh yeah, we have nothing but 2 years, we got this. But I don't know, we'll see. But I think he definitely shot himself in the foot by talking about Volkswagen. That's my opinion. I think he might not even notice that. I reached out to him and let him know that he made the mistake, and that I believe that, you know, he needs to come out and address it. He needs to put out a video. I think he's done really well, but he needs to address it, and he should have done it today. He should have done it right when the stock started tanking, and he knew what was going on. So I think he needs to come out. If you're watching this, Mr. Fisker, dude, you got a big fan base here, but we need you on this to explain this better and even give us more brand or more places that we're looking at. We need a little bit of hope on that, right? He also said we look forward to completing this transaction with Spartan and Apollo and transitioning to the public market as the world's first digital car company. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is Apollo's first SPAC, official SPAC, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, Apollo's big and they got a brand themselves, okay? And they have to protect that. So I think that Apollo is probably gonna, they obviously saw what happened today, which it tanked. The stock's tanked. And I'm sure they're gonna do whatever they can to make sure this happens too, but we'll see. We'll see. Here's the link to the SEC if you want to read the whole thing. This is pretty much the condensed. There you go. So what stocks I bought for August gains today? What I take a look at. So there's a whole brand of ETFs called the Credit Suisse's ones, okay? And it was like the inverse ETF of the SPY, okay? They were like a 3X, and there was actually a 3X silver. But anyways, those got pulled like a month ago. So since then I haven't dove into them, but I've been looking a lot and really trying to, think of like one of the best plays that you could get into right now. And I know that I'm still looking at the precious metals and all that. And I was even looking at crypto and stuff. And through my investigation with that, I'm still totally for the fact that if you're thinking about investing in crypto, you might as well just invest in gold and silver, okay? And I can go into a whole video about that. But the deal is if you got a real asset and you have a digital one, okay? One you can touch, one can be mined. One is digital, you can't touch, and is mined digitally. But they both are about the same play. I mean, if you put them on the paper, even look at them, they're about the same play. Okay, but to me, there's gonna be less and less silver and gold and platinum and all the rhodium and all the other stuff that can be mined. It's not something that can keep coming. And I understand that crypto, some of the places and some of the cryptos, they only have a certain amount too, so they're not going to ever dilute it also. So I get that, but I still think that silver and precious metals are probably the better play if you're looking at crypto. Okay, if you want to get risky, like in crypto, you go to like the no-name weird cryptos that not many people know about. Okay, but if you, instead of getting those, you can just get the weird miners of gold and silver that no one knows about. And again, you're dealing with a real touchable product. Okay, that has been money for eons, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. Okay. So I don't know. That's what a little touch on that. But anyways, I found one today, and it is AGQ. All right, it is ProShares Ultra Silver. Seeks daily investment results before fees and expenses that correspond to 2 times 2x multiplier the daily performance of Bloomberg Silver Subindex. Okay, so what does that mean? If silver goes up, if silver 2x's, this thing is going to go 2x that, okay? So instead of going 1x your money, you can 2x your money, all right? So for instance, silver has been up I calculated out, up 114% roughly in the last 3 months, okay? I'm sorry, silver has been up like half that, right? So silver has been up like 57%. But this thing has been up 114% because it's 2x, okay? In 3 months. And the deal with silver is historically it has been 2x what it is now. It's going at like $25 a share right now. Or an ounce, a share or whatever, an ounce, $25 an ounce. And historically it's been 50. So even to hit historic levels, which I know it's going to hit eventually, but who knows, but still, it could still double. But if you got this thing, 2x it, okay? The Leverage Pro ETF seeks to return 2x the return of its underlying benchmark target for a single day as measured from the NAV calculation to the next. Due to the compounding of daily returns, holding periods of greater than 1 day can result in returns that are significantly different than the target return of the pro shares. Returns over periods other than 1 day will likely differ in amount and possibly direction from the target return to the same period. These effects may be more pronounced in funds with larger or inverse multiples and in funds with volatile benchmarks. Investors should monitor their holdings as frequently as daily. Investors should also consult the prospectus, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what this is saying is it's not exactly 2x, but it's pretty much like 2x. Okay, so I'll just take a look at that chart real quick if we can find it. What is that ticker again? AGQ. I want to show you how volatile this thing can get. Okay. Bought in today. Let's zoom out 5 years. Go all time. Okay, look back after 2008. What happened here? See this thing? Okay, it went from like $100 up to $747. Can you do that math? What's that math, people? 100 to 100 to 750. You know, and can you expect this? Not really, because it's slightly ish decays, not really, but it does kind of decay. Just call it that. You know, but still, even if if regular silver can 2x, okay, this can 2x that. So 2 times 2 is what? You know, start doing the multiplication. I mean, it can get really big. Okay. And how I'm writing this is, you know, I got a stop, you know, a sell. I think it's like 10% below it or something like that, you know. And I'm just going to keep writing. It's a trailing stop, so I'm just going to ride that trailing stop all the way up. If it tags it, whatever, man, you know. But it's already going up, okay. So I think silver is, as long as the market, as long as the SPY, the QQQ, all that, as long as that stays up, I think silver is pretty much going to stay up. It's been going up and consolidating, like I was talking about. I said if it starts consolidating, that's good, that's healthy, and that's what it's doing. And so I was like, you know what, this is the time to do it. So there's that. The other one today, I don't know if you saw my video this morning, it was FTAC, the ticker FTAC, FinTech Acquisition Court of the Third, this third SPAC-a-rooney. They are in a rumor with Paya Inc. They are nearing a deal to merge with a blank check acquisition company, which could value the U.S. payment solution provider at about $1.3 billion, including debt, according to people familiar with the matter. Okay, Paya now, I researched quite a bit with Paya, and essentially, in a nutshell, they're just the middleman for payments. Okay, but they do a lot of like little niche things, which I think are kind of cool. All right. But it's mostly like business, okay? But Paya now serves more than 100,000 customers, mostly small and medium-sized enterprises across the United States and Canada. So this isn't like a personal thing that, you know, teenagers going to get money from their parents. Okay? This is like the business side of it, which I like. I mean, it'd be cool if they could do it all, but you know, the business is where the big money is at, okay? Because you get a little 1% of, you know, $1 billion a year, it starts adding up real fast. They also have a mission play. Now, the mission is like, you know, nonprofits, you know, churches or whatever. So if you want to come up with a nonprofit or a church play, you can actually get a hold of them, and they can help you figure out how to get the money, how to store it, and yada yada. They're obviously going to take a cut, you know, but if they're making money, they're making money. The platform of that is called the Stewardship Program. They also, which helps nonprofits or missions get money digitally. They also have gift and loyalty solutions. So like, you know, like Kohl's or whatever, how they have like Kohl's Bucks and Kohl's whatever, 1,000 different credit cards. Every time you go there, they give you like 17 different things. You're like, okay, thanks. Like, yeah, bring them next time. You can use them, you know, that type of stuff, you know. But they do it digitally, so you can get like digital gift cards for like Home Depot or whatever. These guys are the ones that hook that up. So I think this is actually a really cool play. I didn't go big on this one because I don't think it's gonna hype well, because it's not that cool. But this is one of those ones that, you know, a year from now or 2 years from now or whatever could end up being pretty darn big. So And this was the day if you want to get something cheap for SPACs too, because it was just, it was nice and red, so it was a good buying day. So, I had to tell everybody that the silver that I'm going to give out, okay, for doing the so what you do is you subscribe, right, and then you leave a comment, and so I'm giving away some silver once we hit 1,000 subscribers. I've been meaning to say this, and I'm sorry that I didn't clarify it at first, but that is going to be for USA residents only. I'm going to check with my local mail place and ask them, because I don't know if there's something special I got to do, even if I send it to Canada or Japan or whatever. I have no problem, but is it going to be a pain in the butt? And then will it get lost? So I'm going to figure that out. I'll let you know if I can figure that out, but I do know that I'm not going to do military bases. I don't have a problem with military bases, but the last time I shipped something to a military base, it ended up taking I think it was 2.5 months to get there. And I think it cost me something like $130 or something to send something small to a military base to somebody. And I'm sorry, but I just can't do that. If you're in the military though, and you want me to send it to your house or your girlfriend's house or your mama's house or whatever, I'll send it over there. But I am not going to send something to a military base. I just don't want to get lost, and I don't want the military being like, why are you sending this gold currency or silver currency, across this border, whatever, So it is what it is. So if you want to enter that, just write something down in the comments and make sure to subscribe, and you're automatically entered until we hit 1,000. All right. And I'm also working on a top 5 SPACs video this weekend, and I want to know which ones do you guys think should be included, but most importantly, why? Okay. If there's one that's sticking out and you're like, dude, why is no one talking about this? Put it down in the comments. But even if it's something that's totally hyped and you're like, this one deserves it, put it down in there too. Let me know, because I'm still compiling the list, and I'm trying to be as open-minded as possible about this. But I also want to look at it if my best friend came up to me and was like, dude, what do I do with this money to invest? Where should I put it? I really want to do this one right. I don't want to just hype out some random crap penny stocks. Okay. So just let me know. And any other videos you guys want me to take a look at? I'm actually doing this top 5 because of some recommendations that people have been giving me. So I like the ideas. They help me out because I'm still just one-man crew right now, other than, some friends that I bump with and get ideas from. So I just appreciate everyone and appreciate all the thumbs up and all the love you give. So thanks again, y'all. Have a good night.